Have you ever wondered why some people keep moving forward no matter how many times life knocks them down? It's not because they are smarter. It's not because they are luckier. And it's certainly not because their path is easier. The difference is something far more powerful. It's their attitude. A positive mental attitude isn't about pretending problems don't exist. It's about believing that every challenge carries an opportunity, every setback contains a lesson, and every failure is simply a step toward growth. The most unstoppable people in the world are not those who never face obstacles. They are the ones who refuse to let obstacles define them. Today, we're going to explore how a positive mental attitude can transform the way you think, the way you act, and ultimately, the results you create in your life. Because when you learn to control your mindset, you begin to unlock a level of resilience, confidence, and determination that most people never discover. And once that happens, you don't just become successful. You become unstoppable. Most people spend their lives believing that their circumstances determine their future. They look at where they were born, the opportunities they received, the challenges they face, and they conclude that these factors are responsible for the results they achieve. While circumstances certainly influence our lives, they do not have the final say. The way we think about our circumstances often matters more than the circumstances themselves. This is why mindset is one of the most powerful forces in human potential. Your mindset shapes the way you interpret events, respond to challenges, and ultimately create your reality. Two people can face the exact same situation and experience completely different outcomes. One person sees a challenge and immediately feels overwhelmed. They focus on everything that could go wrong. They convince themselves that success is unlikely. Their fear affects their actions, and those actions often produce disappointing results. Another person faces the same challenge, but sees an opportunity to learn and grow. They acknowledge the difficulty, yet they choose to believe that progress is possible. Because they think differently, they act differently. Because they act differently, they create different results. The reality you experience is heavily influenced by the meaning you assign to events. Every day, things happen that are beyond your control. People disappoint you. Plans fail. Unexpected problems arise. But what determines your future is not simply what happens. It is the story you tell yourself about what happens. If you view every setback as proof that you are incapable, your confidence begins to shrink. If you view every setback as feedback and an opportunity to improve, your confidence grows stronger with every challenge you face. Think about the goals that matter most to you. Whether you want to build a business, improve your health, strengthen your relationships, or achieve financial freedom, your mindset influences every decision you make along the way. Before success appears in your life, it first appears in your thoughts. Every achievement begins as a belief that something is possible. When people say they cannot do something, they often mean they have convinced themselves they cannot do it. Their limitations exist in their minds long before they appear in reality. A positive mindset does not mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to believe that solutions exist even when you cannot see them yet. It means maintaining hope when circumstances are difficult. It means trusting your ability to learn, adapt, and overcome obstacles. People with strong mindsets do not avoid adversity. They simply refuse to allow adversity to define them. The quality of your thoughts affects the quality of your actions. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, you begin to hesitate. You avoid taking risks. You stop pursuing opportunities. You settle for less than you deserve because your internal beliefs limit your external behavior. On the other hand, when you believe in your ability to grow, you become more willing to take action. You become more resilient when things go wrong. You continue moving forward because you understand that growth comes through effort and persistence. Many people underestimate how much control they have over their thinking. They assume that thoughts simply happen to them. In reality, mindset is something that can be developed and strengthened over time. Just as you train your body through exercise, you can train your mind through consistent practice. Every time you choose gratitude over complaint, courage over fear, or possibility over doubt, you strengthen the mental habits that support success. The words you repeat to yourself matter more than you realize. Your mind listens to the conversations you have with yourself every day. If your inner dialogue is filled with negativity, criticism, and self-doubt, those messages begin to shape your identity. You start seeing yourself through a lens of limitation. But when your inner dialogue becomes encouraging, empowering, and focused on growth, you begin to see new possibilities. You become more confident in your ability to face challenges and pursue meaningful goals. Your environment also plays a role in shaping your mindset. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the conversations you engage in all influence the way you think. If you surround yourself with negativity, it becomes easier to adopt negative beliefs. If you surround yourself with people who inspire growth, resilience, and optimism, those qualities begin to influence your own perspective. Your mindset is constantly being shaped by what you allow into your life. One of the greatest advantages of a positive mindset is that it helps you see opportunities where others see obstacles. When challenges arise, most people focus on what they might lose. They become trapped by fear and uncertainty, but individuals with empowering mindsets ask different questions. They ask what they can learn, how they can improve, and what possibilities still exist. These questions lead to solutions, progress, and growth. The future you create is deeply connected to the thoughts you nurture today. Every belief you strengthen influences the actions you take tomorrow. Every action contributes to the results you experience. The way you think affects the way you speak, the way you behave, the way you respond to adversity, and the way you pursue your goals. Long before success becomes visible in the world around you, it begins to take shape within the world inside your mind. Your mindset influences your decisions, your habits, your confidence, your resilience, and your willingness to keep moving forward when others choose to quit. Every successful person has one thing in common: they have experienced setbacks. No matter how talented, intelligent, or determined someone may be, failure eventually becomes part of the journey. The difference between those who achieve extraordinary results and those who remain stuck is not the number of obstacles they face. The difference lies in how they respond to those obstacles. Some people see setbacks as evidence that they should stop. Others see setbacks as lessons that help them become stronger, wiser, and better prepared for future success. Most people fear failure because they attach the wrong meaning to it. They believe failure is a sign of weakness, incompetence, or lack of potential. When something goes wrong, they immediately begin questioning their abilities. They focus on the disappointment, embarrassment, or frustration that comes with falling short of their expectations. As a result, they become discouraged and often avoid taking risks in the future. The setback becomes larger than the lesson it was meant to teach. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is often one of the most important ingredients of success. Every mistake contains information. Every challenge reveals something valuable. Every disappointment provides an opportunity to gain experience that cannot be learned any other way. When you begin to view setbacks through this lens, they lose their power to discourage you. Instead, they become tools for growth and improvement. Imagine learning to walk as a child. You did not succeed on your first attempt. You fell repeatedly. You lost balance countless times. Yet you never interpreted those failures as proof that walking was impossible. Every fall taught your body something new. Every attempt improved your coordination. Eventually, what once seemed difficult became natural. The same principle applies throughout life. Progress often requires repeated failure before mastery can be achieved. Many of the world's greatest achievements were built upon a foundation of setbacks. Inventors, entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, and leaders all faced moments when things did not go according to plan. They encountered rejection, criticism, mistakes, and unexpected obstacles. What separated them from others was their willingness to learn from those experiences rather than be defeated by them. They understood that every setback carried a lesson capable of moving them closer to their goals. When something goes wrong, most people focus on asking, "Why is this happening to me?" This question often leads to frustration and self-pity. A more powerful question is, "What is this experience trying to teach me?" That simple shift changes everything. Instead of becoming a victim of circumstances, you become a student of experience. You begin searching for insights, patterns, and opportunities for improvement. Every setback reveals areas where growth is possible. A failed project may teach you the importance of preparation. A missed opportunity may highlight the need for better timing or stronger skills. A difficult relationship may teach valuable lessons about communication and emotional intelligence. The setback itself is rarely the most important part of the experience. The lesson hidden within it often becomes the true source of progress. One reason setbacks feel so painful is because they challenge our expectations. We create plans for how we believe life should unfold. When reality does not match those expectations, disappointment follows. However, some of life's greatest opportunities emerge from unexpected outcomes. Many people discover new paths, develop new strengths, or uncover hidden talents because their original plans did not work out. What initially appears to be a setback may actually be redirecting you toward something greater. Resilience is built through adversity. It cannot be developed in comfort alone. Every challenge you overcome strengthens your ability to handle future difficulties. Every obstacle teaches you that you are more capable than you previously believed. Confidence grows when you prove to yourself that setbacks cannot stop you. It grows when you continue moving forward despite uncertainty, disappointment, or temporary failure. People with positive mental attitudes understand that mistakes are part of the learning process. They do not expect perfection from themselves. Instead, they focus on progress. They recognize that growth requires experimentation, and experimentation inevitably involves mistakes. Rather than viewing errors as reasons to quit, they view them as feedback that guides future decisions. Setbacks also teach patience. In a world that often celebrates instant results, it is easy to become discouraged when success takes longer than expected. Challenges remind us that meaningful achievements require time, effort, and persistence. They encourage us to stay committed, even when progress feels slow. They teach us to trust the process rather than becoming obsessed with immediate outcomes. One of the most valuable lessons setbacks provide is humility. Success can sometimes create overconfidence, causing people to overlook weaknesses or areas for improvement. Failure often reveals blind spots that would otherwise remain hidden. It forces us to reevaluate our strategies, assumptions, and behaviors. This self-awareness becomes a powerful tool for future growth. The ability to learn from setbacks depends largely on your attitude. If you approach challenges with bitterness, you may miss the lessons entirely. If you approach them with curiosity, you gain access to insights that can transform your future. Curiosity encourages reflection. It encourages personal responsibility. It helps you focus on solutions rather than excuses. Every obstacle contains information that can make you stronger. Every disappointment carries wisdom that can improve your decision-making. Every failure provides an opportunity to develop greater resilience, discipline, patience, and self-awareness. The people who achieve remarkable success are not those who avoid setbacks. They are the ones who extract value from every difficult experience they encounter. They refuse to waste pain. They refuse to let failure be meaningless. They transform every challenge into a lesson, every mistake into feedback, and every setback into a stepping stone toward greater growth and achievement. One of the biggest reasons people feel stressed, overwhelmed, or stuck is because they spend too much time focusing on things they cannot control. They worry about what other people think, what the economy is doing, what happened in the past, or what might happen in the future. These concerns consume mental energy, create anxiety, and often leave people feeling powerless. But there is a powerful shift that can change everything. Focus on what you can control. This principle is simple, but it is not always easy. Life is full of uncertainty. Unexpected problems arise, people behave unpredictably, and circumstances change without warning. You cannot control every event that happens to you. You cannot control the opinions of others, the weather, traffic, or the actions of other people. But you can always control your response. You can control your attitude, your effort, your choices, your habits, and the way you think about challenges. When you focus on what you can control, you reclaim your power. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstances, you become an active participant in shaping your life. You stop wasting energy on things outside your influence and start investing that energy into actions that can actually create change. Think about a situation where you felt frustrated because something was not going your way. Maybe someone criticized you unfairly. Maybe a plan fell apart. Maybe you faced a setback that seemed beyond your control. In those moments, it is easy to become consumed by anger, disappointment, or worry. But ask yourself, what part of this situation is actually within my control? You may not be able to change what happened, but you can control how you respond to it. You can choose whether to learn from it, adapt, and move forward. This mindset creates emotional resilience. People who focus on uncontrollable factors often feel helpless because they are trying to manage things they have no power over. Their emotions rise and fall based on external circumstances. But people who focus on controllable factors develop greater stability and confidence because they know their actions matter. They understand that while they cannot control everything, they can always control their next step, A positive mental attitude is not about denying reality. It is about directing your attention toward the areas where you can make a difference. For example, you cannot control whether challenges appear in your life, but you can control how prepared you are to face them. You cannot control whether others support your dreams, but you can control your commitment to pursuing them. You cannot control every outcome, but you can control the quality of your effort. This principle is especially important during difficult times. When life feels uncertain, the mind naturally searches for answers and certainty. If you focus only on uncontrollable problems, anxiety grows. But when you shift your attention to controllable actions, you create momentum. Even small actions can reduce feelings of helplessness and increase confidence. Consider someone trying to improve their health. They cannot control their genetics or every external factor affecting their body, but they can control their daily habits. They can choose nutritious foods, exercise regularly, sleep well, and maintain a positive mindset. Those controllable actions may not produce instant results, but over time they create significant change. The same is true in career, relationships, and personal growth. You cannot control whether every opportunity comes your way, but you can control how prepared you are when opportunities appear. You cannot control how others treat you, but you can control your boundaries, communication, and self-respect. You cannot control the entire future, but you can control the decisions you make today that shape that future. Focusing on what you can control also improves decision making. When emotions are driven by fear or frustration about uncontrollable factors, people often react impulsively. They blame others, complain excessively, or give up too quickly. But when you concentrate on controllable actions, your thinking becomes more productive. You start asking better questions. What can I do right now? What is the next best step? How can I improve the situation? This shift from reaction to action is transformative. Complaining about problems rarely changes them. Taking constructive action often does. Even when you cannot change a situation immediately, you can usually change your approach to it. You can develop new skills, seek support, adjust your strategy, or strengthen your mindset. Another powerful aspect of this principle is that it reduces unnecessary stress. Many worries are based on things we cannot predict or control. We imagine worst-case scenarios, replay past mistakes, or obsess over outcomes that are uncertain. This mental habit drains energy without improving the situation. By bringing your focus back to what you can control in the present moment, you create greater clarity and peace of mind. A useful question to ask yourself regularly is this within my control? If the answer is no, acknowledge it and let it go. If the answer is yes, take action. This does not mean ignoring important issues or pretending problems do not exist. It means refusing to surrender your mental energy to things you cannot change. People who become unstoppable are not people with perfect lives. They are people who consistently direct their focus toward productive action. They understand that their power lies not in controlling the world around them, but in controlling themselves. Their attitude, effort, discipline, and response to adversity become the foundation of their success. When you focus on what you can control, you build confidence through action. You develop resilience because you stop depending entirely on external circumstances for your peace of mind. You become more proactive, more solution-oriented, and more emotionally balanced. Instead of waiting for life to become easier, you become stronger in the face of life's challenges. Success is often misunderstood. Many people believe confidence comes first and success follows afterward. They assume that successful individuals wake up every day feeling highly motivated, completely certain of themselves, and ready to conquer every challenge. The truth is very different. Confidence is rarely something you are born with. It is something you build. And one of the most reliable ways to build confidence is through daily habits. Confidence is not created by positive thinking alone. While positive thoughts are important, real confidence develops when your actions repeatedly prove to yourself that you are capable. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, complete a difficult task, or make progress toward a goal, you send a message to your mind that you can be trusted. Over time, these small victories create a strong foundation of self-belief. Many people wait until they feel confident before taking action. They tell themselves they will start exercising when they feel motivated, pursue their goals when they feel ready, or take opportunities when they feel more certain. Unfortunately, confidence does not usually appear before action. It grows because of action. The people who seem confident are often those who have developed habits that consistently move them forward, even when motivation is low. Daily habits shape your identity. What you do repeatedly becomes part of who you are. If you consistently avoid challenges, your mind begins to associate difficulty with fear and hesitation. If you consistently face challenges, your mind begins to associate difficulty with growth and opportunity. Every habit is casting a vote for the person you are becoming. One of the most powerful habits for building confidence is keeping commitments to yourself. Many people make promises they never follow through on. They say they will wake up earlier, exercise regularly, learn a new skill, or complete an important project, but then they allow excuses to take over. Every broken promise weakens trust in yourself. On the other hand, every promise you keep strengthens that trust. Confidence grows when your actions align with your intentions. Discipline plays a major role in this process. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about consistency. It is the ability to take action even when you do not feel like it. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline keeps you moving forward. The more consistently you act according to your goals rather than your emotions, the stronger your confidence becomes. Small habits often produce the greatest results because they are sustainable. Many people try to transform their lives overnight. They set unrealistic expectations, push themselves too hard, and eventually burn out. Lasting confidence is built through small daily actions repeated over time. Reading a few pages every day can lead to significant knowledge. Exercising regularly can improve both physical and mental strength. Practicing a skill consistently can lead to mastery. The power of daily habits lies in their cumulative effect. A single positive action may not seem significant, but repeated actions create momentum. Momentum creates progress. Progress creates confidence. When you look back and see how far you have come, you begin to trust your ability to achieve difficult goals. Your morning routine can have a major influence on your confidence throughout the day. The way you start your morning often sets the tone for everything that follows. If you begin the day feeling rushed, distracted, and reactive, your mindset may become negative. If you begin the day with intention, focus, and positive habits, you create a stronger mental foundation. Simple practices such as exercise, reflection, goal setting, reading, or gratitude can help establish a mindset of growth and purpose. Physical health and confidence are closely connected. Taking care of your body influences how you feel about yourself. Regular exercise improves energy, discipline, and resilience. Proper nutrition supports mental clarity and emotional stability. Adequate sleep improves focus, decision-making, and mood. These habits may seem basic, but they have a powerful impact on self-confidence because they demonstrate self-respect and personal responsibility. Learning is another habit that strengthens confidence. The more knowledge and skills you acquire, the more prepared you feel to handle challenges. People often fear situations because they feel unprepared. Continuous learning reduces uncertainty and increases competence. Whether you are reading books, listening to educational content, practicing a skill, or seeking mentorship, every effort to learn expands your capabilities. Confidence also grows when you develop habits of positive self-talk. Many people speak to themselves in ways they would never speak to others. They constantly criticize their mistakes, focus on their weaknesses, and underestimate their abilities. This negative internal dialogue gradually erodes confidence. Replacing self-criticism with constructive encouragement helps create a healthier mindset. This does not mean ignoring flaws or pretending everything is perfect. It means treating yourself with the same patience and respect you would offer a friend who is trying to improve. Another valuable habit is tracking progress. People often lose confidence because they focus only on how far they still need to go. They overlook how much they have already achieved. Recording your accomplishments, improvements, and milestones helps reinforce a sense of growth. Even small wins matter because they provide evidence that your efforts are producing results. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can strengthen confidence as well. The people you spend time with affect your beliefs, attitudes, and expectations. Supportive individuals encourage growth and remind you of your potential. Negative influences can create doubt and discourage progress. Choosing an environment that supports your goals makes it easier to maintain positive habits and strengthen self-belief. A building confidence is not about becoming fearless. Fear is a natural part of growth. Confidence means trusting yourself enough to take action despite fear. It means believing that you can learn, adapt, and recover from setbacks. Every positive habit strengthens this belief. Every disciplined action proves that you are capable of more than you once thought. Every day you choose growth over comfort, effort over excuses, and consistency over perfection, you strengthen the foundation of confidence that supports long-term success and personal achievement. One of the greatest tests of character is not how you behave when everything is going well. It is how you respond when life becomes difficult. Anyone can stay positive when circumstances are favorable, opportunities are abundant, and success comes easily. The true measure of a positive mental attitude is revealed during moments of uncertainty, failure, disappointment, and adversity. Staying positive when others give up is what separates those who achieve extraordinary results from those who allow challenges to define their future. Life has a way of testing every person. There will be moments when your plans fall apart, your progress slows down, and your confidence is challenged. During these times, many people begin to lose hope. They focus on what is wrong rather than what is possible. They allow temporary setbacks to convince them that long-term success is out of reach. The moment they stop believing in their ability to overcome obstacles, they begin moving away from their goals. A positive mental attitude does not mean pretending difficulties do not exist. It means refusing to let difficulties control your mindset. It means acknowledging reality while maintaining faith in your ability to navigate it. Positive people are not blind to challenges. They simply choose not to become prisoners of those challenges. When adversity strikes, negative thinking often feels natural. The mind starts focusing on worst-case scenarios. A doubt begins to grow. Fear starts creating stories about failure and defeat. These thoughts can become overwhelming if left unchecked. That is why maintaining a positive attitude requires conscious effort. It is a decision you make repeatedly, especially when circumstances make negativity seem easier. Many people quit not because they lack talent or potential, but because they lose belief in themselves. They encounter resistance and assume it means they are on the wrong path. They experience failure and interpret it as proof that success is impossible. They compare their struggles to other people's achievements and conclude they are falling behind. Over time, discouragement replaces determination. The people who stay positive when others give up understand something: important challenges are temporary. They recognize that difficult seasons do not last forever. They know that setbacks are part of the process, not the end of the journey. Because they understand this, they continue taking action even when results are not immediately visible. History is filled with examples of individuals who succeeded because they refused to quit. They faced rejection, criticism, and failure, yet they continued moving forward. Their success was not the result of perfect conditions. It was the result of persistence. They remained committed when others lost faith. They continued believing when others became discouraged. One reason positivity is so powerful during difficult times is that it influences decision-making. Negative thinking often narrows perspective. When people focus only on problems, they struggle to see opportunities and solutions. Positive thinking expands perspective. It encourages creativity, resilience, and resourcefulness. It helps people remain open to possibilities even when circumstances appear challenging. Imagine two individuals facing the same obstacle. One immediately assumes defeat and stops trying. The other believes there is still a way forward and continues searching for solutions. Both people started with the same challenge, but their attitudes lead them in completely different directions. One gives up before progress becomes possible. The other keeps moving until opportunities begin to appear. Staying positive also affects the people around you. Attitudes are contagious. Negativity spreads quickly, but so does optimism. When you remain hopeful during difficult situations, you inspire others to do the same. Your determination can become a source of strength for friends, family members, colleagues, and teammates. People naturally gravitate toward individuals who maintain composure and confidence during adversity. Resilience grows every time you refuse to quit. Each challenge you overcome strengthens your ability to face future obstacles. The more difficulties you navigate successfully, the more evidence you accumulate that you are capable of handling adversity. This creates a cycle of confidence and perseverance. Every victory over hardship reinforces the belief that challenges can be overcome. Patience plays a critical role in maintaining positivity. Many people abandon their goals because they expect immediate results. When progress takes longer than anticipated, frustration begins to replace enthusiasm. The most successful individuals understand that meaningful achievements often require time. They stay committed to the process even when visible rewards are delayed. Gratitude can also help maintain a positive attitude during difficult times. When challenges arise, it is easy to focus exclusively on what is missing or going wrong. Gratitude shifts attention toward what remains valuable and meaningful. It reminds you that even in difficult circumstances, there are reasons to remain hopeful. This perspective helps prevent negativity from taking control. Another important aspect of staying positive is controlling the information you consume. Constant exposure to negativity can influence your mindset and weaken your resilience. The conversations you engage in, the media you consume, and the people you surround yourself with all affect your outlook. Positive individuals intentionally seek influences that encourage growth, hope, and determination. Belief is often the difference between persistence and surrender. When people believe improvement is possible, they continue working toward their goals. When they lose belief, effort begins to disappear. This is why protecting your mindset is so important. Your attitude influences your actions, and your actions influence your results. There will always be people who quit when challenges become uncomfortable. There will always be people who allow fear, doubt, and setbacks to determine their future. Choosing to remain positive when others give up is not about ignoring reality. It is about maintaining the courage to keep moving forward despite reality. It is about believing that today's difficulties do not define tomorrow's possibilities. It is about refusing to let temporary struggles destroy long-term dreams. It is about continuing to take action, continuing to learn, continuing to adapt, and continuing to believe in your potential even when circumstances provide every reason to stop.